Where's the place? Have you seen Alice yet?
Yeah, she's over there with Grant, acting as if nothing happened.
Is that the vaccine?
You really think this kills people?
What about Let's? Have you checked?
No. We're waiting for you.
Right, you do it.
Why me?
Well, you're a bloke.
It's not Mr. Rabbit.
Shit.
The child, she killed Monroe.
Yes. Why are we going to see him?
I was going to warn him. I always liked him. Could I have some more water, please?
Where were you taking the vaccine?
To a laboratory for testing.
And you do that? Yourself?
I am a scientist.
Or is it just to stop anyone seeing what's in it? We know about the GCHN1 protein. We know about genus.
Then why are you talking to me?
Because we're curious to know which race it is you want to murder.
Is that what you think is going on?
Not you laughing. Laughing, is it?
Please, please,
What was it this time?
please don't hurt me.
The white ones. The brown ones, not the Jews turned round then, is it?
We're not that.
Yeah? See this eye? The men pulled it out of my hand with a fucking spoon! And they killed my dad! Why?
Wilson, this isn't...
Who have you lost, eh? She's lost someone. Alice has lost her mum. Who have you fucking lost? I want to know why they're doing this.
Wilson? Your name is Wilson? You must be Ian. And you're Becky.
How do you know that?
You were given a phone. Contains a tracking device. They know where you are. We always have. Oh my God. I've been abandoned.
I think I found it. It's wired in the battery, so it transmits when the phone's off.
So Milner's with them?
No, hang on. I mean, are we sure? I mean, did she know?
Of course she knew.
Well, who gave her the phone?
Ian, she's tracking us. The only reason why they're not here is because they're waiting for the
That
manuscript.
doesn't make sense. She saved us, she got Grant off the hook. What's the point of setting it?
Have you felt any tingling yet? Tremors? I'd be grateful if you told me. I worked so hard on deals. What's your blood pressure?
I'm not after a fucking checkup. Why? Why'd you do this?
We weren't interested in what deals did to the subject. We just wanted to know if we could engineer a change that would be passed on. And we did. As an experiment. It was a success.
Success? Did you just... My father died of this?
I've done so many terrible things. But what we are doing is right.
Did you just say right?
Brown people, white people, Jews. I assume you're referring to Carvel's supposed paper on eugenics. But Carvel was misunderstood.
Yeah. Just like Hitler.
He wasn't talking about race. He was talking about survival. We've now passed 7 billion on this planet. When I was born, it was a little over 2. Food prices are rising. Oil is ending. When our resources end in 20 years, given everything that we know of our species, do you really think we're going to just share?
So your answer to that is some kind of genocide?
No, it is not. It is not genocide. Our answer to this is Janus. Janus consists of a protein and an amino acid. Independently of each other, they're harmless. But when they're brought together in the subject, they act as a genetic trigger that prevents chromosomal division. The cell targeted can no longer replicate itself and is thereby rendered useless. The change is permanent and hereditary.
And which cells are targeted?
Those that control fertility, Becky. The purpose of Janus is to sterilize. The purpose of Janus is to sterilize the entire human race.
They've got Let's.
Yes. I believe Let's had the vaccine with him.
What?
No need for panic. Carville's work is almost in our hands. Let's not lose that by being rash. This civil servant of yours is much more worrying. You've handled him badly. He now has the capacity to expose us.
He's a fucking civil servant. I didn't expect him to take risks.
Perhaps you should end him.
He would have prepared for that.
End him.
Don't give me orders, do you understand? I am a minister and I don't take orders from you. I'll deal with him, you need to deal with this.
Deal with this. How?
By getting Let's back.
Back? Why on earth would we want him back?
Janus affects 90 to 95% of the population, leaving only 1 in 20 fertile. We predict the population will plateau at 500 million in just under 100 years. By then, normal breeding rates should resume, but on a planet that will feel empty.
You're fucking insane.
To do nothing is insane. You accuse us of being genocidal. Not acting is genocide. Where do you think your food comes from, Ian? 1/3 of the world's farmland is now useless due to soil degradation. Yet we keep producing more mouths to feed. And what's your answer to that? Energy-saving light bulbs?
But we're doing things, we're changing things.
You know the person who had the greatest positive impact on the environment of this planet? Genghis Khan, because he massacred 40 million people. There was no one to farm the land, forests grew back, carbon was dragged out of the atmosphere. And had this monster not existed, there'd be another billion of us today, jostling for space on this dying planet. Yet Janus massacres no one. It's without violence.
This is why he did this to me. This is why he killed my dad.
It is. And there are 1,000 other crimes on my conscience. But you know what I see, Wilson? A planet turned into a desert. 1,000 million souls starving, dying. And we can stop this with Janus.
Why are you telling us this? It's not just to save yourself. You could have said anything to save yourself.
What we have is an approximation. We're not Carville, we don't have his genius. We'll know within 3 months whether our version of Janus works. Then we're poised to repeat it across the globe, if it works. But there is one way of making sure. Get us the manuscript.
You're asking us to help you.
Not me, humanity. All over the world, people are helping, good people. If we had the manuscript...
Right, you need to stop talking.
Not to do this is to condemn billions to starvation and misery.
We need to find out if Milner's with them. If she's not, then we need to get that vaccine to her.
Why?
And ensure...
I mean, what he's saying, isn't that right?
Right. Sterilizing the human race?
1 in 20 will remain fertile.
You shut up! We should at least think about it.
No, Wilson, we should not fucking think about it. We need to stop him now.
Because if they are right, and we stop them, then what does that make us?
Wilson, they killed your dad. They tortured you. That's who they are.
You want us to talk, Becky?
Yeah, maybe later, Gran.
The hardest thing's not knowing, isn't it? Constant question. Will today be the day it triggers? What will it feel like when my throat closes for the last time?
I could squeeze your neck so easy.
Is the Thoraxin working? Donaldson told us he was supplying you. I thought you'd slept with him for the Thoraxin. But now that I've met you, Becky, now that I know you, I realize it must be so much more complex than that.
You don't know me.
He wants to sell us the manuscript. But I would much rather it be you that benefits. Get it to us, and we'll take care of you.
I think we've got a plan.